Thank you so much, and I will not detain you at all, and I will not interfere with the process of the program, but I do need to take this opportunity to say, after these two young persons, that this is the very reason for the kinship program, for the respite program, for the new probate court service center. It's because of people like this, and we obviously can't come forward with all of the wonderful people who are a part of this program, but we brought forth to you an example of the kind of people, the kind of work, the importance of the kind of work that we're doing at the Probate Court Service Center. And I just want to thank all of the people here who have shared in the whole process of helping people to affect the lives of others. I have to take this opportunity to send a tremendous shout out to this restaurant, to Bryant, who is bending over backwards. So listen to me finally. I just want to say this, that it's not so much that you got an opportunity to be uncomfortable for a little moment to accommodate some other people, but the greatest part of this is that when you look around the room, I see blacks, I see whites, and a lot younger. I see this rainbow of beautiful people.
Tom Keys used to say that when they got to the microphone, it was time to head to the door. And if he got stuck in his seat and they got too wordy, he gave him the hook. So, sorry, Emma. I know you wax on loquacious. The previous recipients are, of course, a picture of youth that we are looking forward to. We're privileged, well, I consider us privileged to have what I consider to be pictures of youth. They probably don't consider themselves young at all, but in order for this program to succeed, in order for the ideals of this program to proceed, you have to have people who are committed to the program. And Frank Forgione is maybe a couple of years younger than me, maybe not that many, but Mike Brand I think is a little bit more younger than I am, and Wendy Mongillo is a lot younger than I am, but without people like them, we would not be anywhere, and so I'm going to turn it over to Mike Brand, probate judge in North End.
Good evening. I want to thank Emma and the other volunteers for allowing me to be part of this special night. I am honored to be able to give the next to New Haven at the idea and brainstorm of Judge Lawler. A group of our judges got together with others and formulated a plan to establish a regional court to deal with children's issues, because the children's issues are difficult sometimes, but certainly they need a specialty that we may not have at each individual probate court. So I was very fortunate to walk in as a probate judge with the guidance of not only Judge Lawler but the area judges to assist me and North Haven residents in the children's matters. The other judges in the region have been incredibly helpful, with the exception of Judge Keys. And as I was thinking about the recipient of the next award, I was wondering when I first met Attorney Mongillo, and I'm sure it was filling in for Judge Keys on some matter, but that doesn't narrow it down. It really could have been. It could have been any week. Attorney Wendy Mongillo practices in the law firm of Mongillo and Insler out of New Haven. She has impressed me over the years. She started practice in 2001, but I have noticed her in the regional court as a strong advocate. But for those of us who have been involved in children's matters, we recognize that it takes more than a strong advocate to be effective in dealing with children's matters. Attorney Mongillo has always lent her compassion, her understanding, and her ability to counsel both children and parents in all types of situations. We have all appreciated her guidance as judges in making the right decisions for the child and for the family. I know that the other judges would agree with me that it is always a benefit to see Attorney Mongillo step into the courtroom when we have a difficult case, and even when we have a case where we know that things have been resolved prior to coming into the hearing room. That is the special asset that Attorney Mongillo has, that she can work with the families and the children prior to coming to the courtroom to reach an agreeable resolution to the matter. And so it's my honor and my privilege to present the next award for Distinguished Outstanding Advocacy to Attorney Wendy Mongillo.
Thank you so much. I'd like to thank those responsible for giving me this honor. I'd also like to thank Judge Keyes, who when I first started practicing encouraged me to get involved with the probate courts. I find that these cases prove to be some of the most challenging and rewarding. I want to thank him for taking such an interest in new lawyers. His words of wisdom are always inspiring. It's heartwarming to watch the grandparents and others honored here tonight who raise children who are not their own, and who do not have to. And when necessary, they help their own children bolster their parenting skills. It is also great to see how a child can thrive when they're placed in a loving and caring environment provided by those who are honored here tonight. Far too often, work at the probate courts go unnoticed. While most of the work is out of the media spotlight, it does not mean that it is not important. What could be more important than helping those who cannot speak for themselves and protecting their interests? This court serves a vital role in protecting those who do not have a voice and those who cannot protect themselves. I find practicing at the Children's Court to be one of the most rewarding aspects of law. To be able to give a voice to the children, to find them a safe environment to live in, and to reunite them with family is very fulfilling. The people I get to work with and make this work even more enjoyable. The clerks and staff at the New Haven Probate and the Children's Probate Court, the probate court officers, the DCF workers, the judges, as well as the other attorneys that I have the privilege to work with, make the probate course a wonderful place to practice. I'd also like to take this opportunity to recognize my secretary, Marie Cartella, who helps make my practice run smoothly. I became a lawyer because I grew up watching my father practice law and the good work he was able to do for his clients. I'm grateful to also have this opportunity. I hope that I can continue to help my clients the way my father helped his. Thank you.
I'm then going to read the award. Distinguished and Outstanding Achievement Award to Attorney Wendy Mongillo, in grateful appreciation of your extraordinary accomplishments and superior advocacy for children and family. Probate Court Kinship Fund, October 16, 2008.
The person who was selected to serve as the first judge of the Children's Court in New Haven was Judge Frank Forgione. To say that this was a challenging job would be an understatement. To have served in any capacity with problems with children, you have to understand that you do not leave your thoughts and cares when you leave the office at 5 o'clock. Judge Forgione has, to all reports, done a stellar job in putting forth and setting forth the ideals of the Children's Probate Court, and it's my pleasure to have him present the Family Support and Public Service Award.
Thank you, Michael. It was a rather busy Tuesday afternoon, and Odell calls in the next case, and a young girl walks in and sits at the table, sullen, withdrawn, angry, sad, doesn't want to be there. But someone stepped forward to help her through the difficult time she was experiencing. She had grandparents who were willing to fill a tremendous void and guide her through the journey that she was about to undertake. We sat in the hearing. She didn't want to go to school. She didn't want to participate in activities. And just about the only thing she cared to do was read. So we had a discussion about reading and how important it was to read, to go to school, to listen to her grandparents, and to follow through with what they required of her so that she could transform herself into the young model citizen that we all hoped she would become. 2 months later, we held another hearing, and in bounces this beautiful young lady who is fully blossomed into a beautiful rose, talkative, energetic, bragging about the oral book reports that she was giving to us in the court on that afternoon. Grandparents are beaming, and I said, what happened? She became active in the church, active in the community, looks forward to going to school, is doing well in school, is a junior at Wilbur Cross High School, is active in the clothing drive, the food baskets at Thanksgiving and Christmas time. And the support that she's received from Curtis and Reverend Ernestine Salisbury exemplify the meaning behind Family Support and Public Service Award. Because not only did they help this grandchild, but every day they have sorrowful economic times are in the most need of the most help. Every day they provide people with clothing. They provide people with things which many of us in this room take for granted, but the people that they work with do not have the basic needs to make it through each and every day. So they've committed themselves to their family, they've committed themselves to their community, and it's my great honor to present to them tonight the Family Support and Public Service Award. Curtis and Reverend, if you'd come up here and please join me.
Being a grandmother, amen, I raised 5 children of my own, and at this point in my life I thought that I could just coast along and just do what grandparents do, pick them up and send them back home. Here comes this kid from Atlanta, Georgia, hurt, going through a lot of things, had been through just unbearable things. I've worked with therapeutic foster care children 16 years, and then I just started another job with the community therapeutic program for 2 years. So children have always had a place in my heart. And at our church, one of the things that I try to instill in our children, that there's more to life than what you see. And one of the things that we try to do, we've implemented a program called our Young Ladies Auxiliary. And our granddaughter is very much a part of that. And I have big dreams for these girls. And I tell them often that I dream bigger than them. And if I can dream bigger than them, God has a bigger dream than I have. So we take this opportunity to say thank you to Miss Jones, who's next door to us. And anybody that know Miss Jones, I come through the alleyway there, and she's there, and she has big dreams for the Kinship Fund. So I want to say thank you to the judge, to all the mothers, all the grandmothers that are here today. It's just not us receiving this award, but I believe that we're living in a day and a time that we need to help somebody. I heard Senator Hobbs say, if I can help somebody, then my living will not be in vain. My prayer is that I can help all the children. I've had many children in my home besides my own children. I raised children and I worked the third shift at a job working in therapeutic foster care. Third shift in the day hours because daycare was so expensive. And I knew what it took to raise children, and I knew the cost of daycare. One of the things that I did, I started just babysitting. And a lot of those children now have graduated high school. Some have gone on, some of them have families. But as I look back at this time, I believe it's a time that God is calling all of us to help somebody. Through our outreach program, our dream is to help somebody. And we just want to say thank you tonight for this honor. And if I can give it to all of you, I would do just that. But my name is on it. And my husband's name is on it. So we're going to hang it at the office of our church. Not just that we receive an award, but as a reminder of our purpose in life is to be a help. God bless you.
To read this, it says Family and Public Service Award, Mr. Curtis and Ernestine Salisbury, in grateful appreciation for helping to build family and community. Probate Court Kinship Fund, October 16, 2008. And if I might, before you clap, their beautiful granddaughter, in continuation of the spirit and dedication they have, wants to go to college and dedicate herself to becoming a social worker as well.
We trot her out as the example, best example of caring that one could possibly give, but now she has found herself in a new role. She is, in fact, heading a program that does the things that she taught other people to do, and I would ask her to come up here to give the outstanding service award.